everybody, and welcome back. I'm Toni, and this is a special video for me because I'm turning 50 here in a few days. It is Sunday today, and I turn 50 on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday, on the 12th of February. And I think turning 50 is really interesting because I've been reflecting, I've been looking back at my life. And I think one of the best things about growing older is a lot of things start to fall into place, a lot of things start to make sense. There are still a lot of things that don't make sense, but it's a good time to reflect. I'm one of those people who I actually enjoy turning older. I don't have a problem with it. Some people hate birthdays. They hate being reminded how old they are. But for me, I look at it as, yes, I hit it. I hit that age because I have a lot of friends and family who didn't make it to this age. And so I've learned that I should be thankful. I am thankful of being able to hit 50. And so I think that's the way to look at it. But then again, I'm also a very positive person. And I think that kind of comes with the territory. You just appreciate it. So I decided I'm going to do a video on the top 5 things that I've learned throughout life. I'm always big on life lessons, and these are the 5 big life lessons that I have learned. So if you're young, listen to these life lessons, kind of figure out how to work them into your life. I wish I would have known these when I was really young because I could have saved myself some time and heartache, but here they are. Okay, so the first one is to be you. To be you. We grow up and all these people are molding us, telling us who we should be, what should we be. And really, honestly, you're the one who has to be that. You're the one who has to live that life. So I think learning to figure out who you are, what you love, and being true to yourself is the most important lesson that you need to learn in life. So many times we learn to reinvent ourselves. Sometimes we reinvent ourselves for someone else, or we reinvent ourselves for ourselves. I think you really need to look at what do you want? What do you need? Never reinvent yourself for someone else, because really that person is learning to love that person that you're giving out, that you're putting out there. But really, don't you want them to love you for you? So be yourself. But it's really hard to find out who you are. Growing up is part of that. Figure out who you are. This really came to light a year or so ago with my daughter, because I have an image of what she'd be great at and everything, but she said something and I realized, well, maybe that really isn't what she wants to do. So I try to leave it open to her to try and figure out what she wants. And I tell her, now's the time for you to try all these different things and figure out what clicks with you, what actually clicks with your heart. Because you need to find something that you're going to love to do. Part of this also is being honest with yourself. I did a thing called the Year of Accountability, and that's when I lost the weight, because I really looked deep at myself. I made myself accountable, and I asked myself those hard questions, and I realized a lot of my weight was because of me, decisions I made. There were times in my life where I realized, you know what, you were not a nice person to that person. I realized, there's a part of me that's selfish. I had to learn how to work on that. There's still a part of me that's selfish. We all have these parts of ourselves that we don't like, and we have to learn how to face that and then decide, is that something I want to fix, and then fix it. But you can't be perfect. You're not the wonderful person. There are too many people who blame other people for things, and really it was something within yourself. And I had to learn how to stop doing that. Stop blaming other people and realize, you know what, it was on me. I needed to change that. So that is the most important lesson, I think, to learn in life. Okay, so the next one is learning how to struggle. You can't be perfect at everything, and you learn things. Throughout life, you're going to learn things. I think part of the problem nowadays is that we have, and if you hear noise, it's my dogs down there. I think one of the problems is that we've taught our kids that you can't fail. My husband and I have always tried to teach our kids that, yeah, you can fail, and we have let them fail, so they'll know how that feels. They'll know how to pick themselves up, and they'll learn how to move on. Now, when you become an adult, and you'll realize as you start getting into high school and you get your first job and things like that, you're going to be told no. That entitlement that you kind of feel like, well, I deserve that. Well, yeah, okay, but you got to work for it. You got to work, okay? The struggle is real, people. The struggle is real. And I know so many young people who want the nice cars, they want the nice apartment, they want all this nice stuff, but they don't want to work hard for it. And I tell them, you need to learn how to struggle. You need to have that crappy apartment. You need to yeah, we all had that crappy apartment, the one that had like the bugs or the crazy neighbors. We've had that apartment. You have to have that clunker car. You have to learn how to eat. I remember when I was telling one of my friends, I remember there was one time we went and got like a whole bunch of like mustard and ketchup and relish packets, and we ate that for dinner. That is a struggle, and it was hard. And I tell my son this because my son is at that point in his life. I'm like, you're going to struggle. You're going to realize I don't have money for all that stuff that some of my friends have. But you know what? It's going to make you appreciate it when you have it. You work your way up to the really nice car. Like I said, I'm 49 right now. I finally bought my first ever brand new car right after Thanksgiving a couple months ago. 49. It took until I was 49 because I've always bought cars within my means. And that's the thing. Learn to live within your means. It's, you know what? I know people are like, no, because my friends are doing really great. My friends are doing this. A lot of your friends are in debt. A lot of your friends had someone else buy it for them. A lot of your friends are going to realize in a few years here that they can't keep that up. Okay? Live within your means. Have the clunker car. Have the crappy apartment. Wear the crappy clothes, because once you can afford it, you're going to appreciate it so much better. Trust me, you will. And in life is like this, remember? So you start out like this, and eventually you're going to be up here where you're going to have money and you're going to be able to buy everything you want. But sometimes life will do this to you again. And if you didn't know how to struggle here before you got here, when you go back down here, you're going to have a hard time. So learn the struggle. Okay, number 3. Not everybody's going to like you. Nope. Can't make everybody happy. There are going to be people there who are going to hate you in life. And I didn't learn this one until I was well into my 30s. You can't make everybody happy. I remember I would be like, well, why don't they like me? I try to be nice. I try to help them out. I try to do all this, and they still don't like me. And you know what I realized? Some people just don't like people. They don't. Some people, there are times where you realize, or I've realized, maybe I'm not supposed to be in that person's life. Maybe I should just stay away. And throughout time, as time has gone on, I realized it's a good thing. It is a good thing I did not get involved with that. Not everybody's going to like you. It's a hard lesson to learn, especially for those of us that want people to like us. Not everybody's going to like you. And once I realized and learned that lesson, life's been a lot easier. Okay. Number 4 is always be learning. Always be learning. There's always something to know in life and to learn. You're not a know-it-all, okay? I know sometimes I could come off as a know-it-all because I love to learn. I'm always learning everything. Even things that I'm not that interested in, I try to find something about it that I like, because all that useless knowledge has come back and been helpful at one point, believe it or not. But I love to learn. Now with the internet, oh my God, you can learn so much. My joke is if I got on a stranded island, the 2 things I would want is internet access and Google. As long as I got that, I'm good, because you can learn anything. YouTube has so many different videos where you can learn anything, and I have learned a lot. I'm still learning. I'm learning 2 skills right now that I'm self-teaching myself through YouTube. But you always learn. When you start a new job, don't be afraid to say, I don't know how to do that. Can you show me? Okay? You're always learning. Every day at work, I'm like, is there something I can learn? I want to learn something today. And when I do learn something, I'm like, yes, I've been at my job it'll be 27 years here in a few months, okay? There's always something to learn. And right now at my job, it's always changing. It's always evolving. And I like that. I love the challenge. But never think that you know it all. Be open to learning. And it's not just learning knowledge, but it's learning through life experiences, okay? One thing that I love to do is I like to talk to older people about certain things that go on in their life. I know people are like, oh, I hate talking to old people. They're so boring. You know what? No. Listen to what they're telling you. What is their story? What did they learn from their story? Because there have been times where I have found myself in those situations. I'm like, oh my God, so-and-so was telling me about this. They did this and had that outcome. And that's how we learn. That's how we evolve from the older generation. So talk to people. Learn their struggles. You're going to learn something new. And also, every experience you have teaches you a lesson. I call it life lessons. Even the bad ones. The bad ones teach you how to get through bad times. They teach you how to appreciate people. when somebody dies, I mourn for them, I do, but I also try to think, what did I learn from this person? What was this one person's thing that they wanted to get through to people? And I think that's how we honor people. There are some people who are extremely sweet, so I try to do something nice for people, and that's how I honor this person. There are certain people that took on certain causes, so I'll donate to those causes. And as I'm doing it, I'm learning about these causes, but I'm also honoring this person. Every bad situation has something that you can learn from. I had one really bad experience that defined me in my childhood, and it was bad. It was horrible. I don't wish it on anyone, but you know what? It did teach me some stuff that I, to this day, still use, and it has made me appreciate things so much more. And now we come to the last one, number 5, Unanswered Prayers. This is a song by Garth Brooks, and I will put the link to that song down below. If you get a chance, go listen to it. It's true. Basically, what Unanswered Prayers talks about is how we ask God for things. Oh God, please let me have this job. Oh God, please let Dominic fall in love with me. Please God, let me have this. Please God, give me this. Please God, please God, please God. We want these things to happen. We put it out into the universe that we want these things to happen. And sometimes things do happen, they go your way, but other times things don't. And then we become mad, we become bitter, I can't believe that God didn't let that person fall in love with me. I can't believe that God didn't let me get that job. Once again, we're blaming someone else for something that we probably did. But anyway, the good thing about turning 50 is, or actually any age, I've realized this once in my 30s, it really started falling into place. One of the good things is I'm starting to realize why things didn't work out and why it was good that didn't work out. That guy Dominic that you wanted to be with, by the way, there was no Dominic that I wanted to be with. First name that popped into my head. But that guy Dominic, it's a good thing that you didn't end up with him and you'll look back and you'll see why. Okay, it's a good thing that I didn't get that job that I wanted, because maybe a better job fell into place. Or maybe that company went bankrupt, which that has happened, or you found out later that was actually a really bad company to work for or something like that. I'm a big believer that things happen for a reason and that we end up where we're supposed to be, okay? Sometimes it's not because it's something that's good for you. Maybe we're a life lesson in someone else's life. There are some things that have happened where I got the short end of the stick, but it was actually good for someone else. Life's weird like that. Life's crazy like that. Life isn't all roses. Even when you think you got it together, you can have the best job, you can have the most wonderful spouse, you can have the best kids, and you're thinking, this is it, I'm on top of the world, something's going to happen. Something always happens. It's how you react to it. And I think that's part of growing up and struggling and learning life lessons and learning no and things like that. You learn how to deal with it. And every time you deal with it, you become better and stronger. And the next time the next challenge comes, you learn how to deal with it. And now that I'm 50, I really have spent a lot of time looking back going, okay, I really see why that didn't happen. I see why that happened. And I'm at a point in my life where I am very appreciative of what I have. I may not have the best car, the best house, the best job, the best spouse in people's minds, or the best kids in some people's mind, or the best life in some people's minds. They may have a totally different image of what is the best, but I know I have what's best for me at this point in my life. And there are parts that are not perfect, but I'm trying to find what I appreciate from those things. And it's helped me. It's helped me find this calm, this center. But I try to learn from it. So that is my 5 top life lessons that I've learned in life. So I ask you now to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and hit that little red subscription button. And if you want to be notified when I get videos uploaded, hit the little bell, that'll let you know. And comment down below, what are life lessons or things that you have learned as you've gotten older? Have any of these lessons really impacted your life where you're like, yeah, I remember when this happened and I thought it was horrible, turned out to be the best thing for me ever? Comment down below. I'd love to see your guys' comments, and I will see you guys next week, and happy birthday to me. Bye, you guys.